Morning.
Good morning.
Morning, everybody. Chad and Ray, Adler Farms. We started the camera out here in the front because we're pretty sure something really cute is going on in this trailer, and when we pull in, they're probably gonna run. So as you know, if you follow Ray on Facebook, we picked up a mama goat that happened to be pregnant. There's some other things. How's that McMuffin? There's some other things we picked up you guys don't know about, so let's see if we can sneak over here and take a look. Sure she's in there? I don't think they moved all night.
Mm-mm.
What are you doing? Huh? What you doing? Wow. Still half asleep. Well, we bought 5 goats at the auction the other night. 4 came here.
Oh.
But there's another one that you guys will have to stay tuned for. Can I bring you this? No, don't get up. Here, look. I'll just leave it. I'll leave it. There you go. So they were sold at the auction as a pair, or as a trio. But obviously, if you want my opinion, there's no way that little black one is hers. But she's an old goat. Pretty old. But these are 3 females, so the mom and 2 doelings. And they're weaned though. We've seen them eat cubes, and trying to get you a better shot of that one. Oh, party foul. But they have chosen the trailer as their sanctuary for now. But we've seen them eat sweet feed and some oats. And of course she eats some cubes right now, keeping that milk supply up. She's an old goat. What do you think? All right, I'll leave you. I want you to eat, so I'm not gonna mess with you.
She's so cute.
So I would say she's a full boar goat, and she's bigger than Bruce, so that's kind of funny. And she's got horns. Bruce didn't really mess with her too much yesterday. We didn't film the initial meeting or anything. I was just trying to get him out here and get him out here safely. All the chickens in the ditch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll go over to the neighbors here in a little bit. You see June yet? That's what I always look for.
Yeah, she's down there.
Is there a calf on her?
No.
What? I graded that.
What?
I graded that path right there. It's perfectly level. June wants like one specific cube or something. Oreo, huh?
You named her.
I did. I'm on an Oreo kick right now, double stuff. And she might actually be double stuffed. Where's you got your leg hair. There we go. She might be double stuffed.
And she's as sweet as a cookie.
She is.
Yes, she is.
So she's a La Mancha cross is what I would say. And she is a sweetheart for sure. She follows us around like a puppy. Last night, Ray almost slept out here because we came out late to check on him, like 7:30, like before sunset. And when we left, she followed us to the end of the driveway and then chased the truck. Did she come the length of the property?
Yeah.
So she ran from the driveway, the width of the property, down the road, like inside the fence. She was running along the fence to come, basically to come with us. So almost had to pull over and let Ray get out and spend the night out here.
She's so precious. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, I know. You love those scratches, huh?
So Bruce has a couple girlfriends, and then he's got a couple girlfriends that are a little bit too young, but she will give birth likely in the next month or so. She has to be pregnant. She's got to be. There's no way. So, I don't know.
I've never seen a goat like this, though.
No, I've never.
Like, just be so...
She was somebody's pet, for sure.
She'll come up to you and just rub on you and, like, rub on your leg and... Oh, she's so sweet.
Miss Tipsy. CJ. What's up, buddy? Pat! Uh-oh. Hang on. Look out. Sorry. Don't get between mama and calf. What's up, buddy? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, just kidding. About a week of sunshine ahead of us, according to the weatherman currently. So we're pretty excited about that. And we need to throw some seed, but you've got to time it with like a little bit of rain, or you can get your seeds to germinate. And from what I understand, you got to have about a 1/16 inch of dirt on top of your seeds. This is all fresh fescue and some native grass, but remember we had this dozed. So there was nothing that was going to come up back here. Like there were so many just huge piles of dirt. Like this is legit just fescue. And I know it's just fescue because we have that picture of this app, which makes me sound really, really smart. But all of this is fescue. And I know, yeah, I think it's horses that can eat fescue. And if it turns to head, it can be kind of dangerous. But we have enough animals that it's not going to happen out here. They keep it trimmed pretty short. And if I tell Ray that more animals makes this grass safer, we'll get more animals like every week. So, look, there he is. See the bird?
It's a big bird.
So that's our great blue heron. And actually, so 2 new revelations yesterday. Shot our first coyote in broad daylight. Don't know what was wrong with him, or actually her, but she was out here basically sunbathing and stalking the neighbor's cows. Now, thankfully there was no calves, but we had just brought the
Goats.
2 baby goats and Oreo. And Oreo's a little bit smaller. She's bigger than the little black one, which by the way is still missing, and it hasn't fallen short on me that we saw a coyote a day after a goat went missing, and of course she still had some afterbirth, probably around her, on her, whatever. So I don't, I hadn't mentioned that to Ray yet, so now we have to.
I don't think a coyote got her.
I don't think so either. I
The
think
baby
she's
was still here. There's no way.
true.
I'm sorry, but she ran away.
Yeah. But yesterday I was actually standing up by the pond and filmed these ducks, which are pied-billed grebes. And out of the corner of my eye, when I was watching the footage back, I saw this coyote laying over here. And I had a pistol, but it was really far for a pistol. So I had to run all the way to the top of the driveway, get my rifle, run all the way back down, and then take the shot, which I did. But all the neighbors' cows are on the fence, which was really weird. They stand on the fence when I'm feeding cubes, but not just like for no reason. Like they have plenty of grass and tons of room. So it was weird. I set up position over there when I came back and the coyote was still laying there. And I gave her a little meh, and she looked up, and that was it. Pretty crazy just to see one. Let's walk up here. And this is the back of the property. And remember when I cut all those trees down and was doing things I probably shouldn't be with a saw that wasn't quite big enough, but it was fun? This is where all that was going on. And I was standing up on the pond dam yesterday when I saw the coyote at the same time. And our pond is way down. Now we've got an aquifer or some kind of underground spring right about there that's feeding it. But all that runoff from draining the pond is going right here. And we haven't had any rain for a little over a week. So there shouldn't be any water right here, not this much. So I knew something was up. And lo and behold, here is, 100% this is a beaver dam. I mean, it's very, very evident. So, yeah. So, tannerite? That's your favorite thing, right? I don't know if the beaver is active per se. I don't know if it's wally. Because it's holding water, I don't think it's active. Like only running water truly drives them nuts. So I think that's why he came down there, because that's the biggest waterfall. It's like a 4 or 5 foot drop before it goes under our fence. Work day? All right. We've been talking and we kind of formulated a game plan. And the game plan was make it look prettier. Is that the game plan? No. So we've got a week of no bad weather, and we don't know when that's going to change. But last year it was June 11th, right? When there was measurable rain.
Something like that.
So, sorry, I got the tractor and the side-by-side warming up. But last year, June 11th is when Oklahoma had its last good measurable rain all the way until September. So it's kind of crazy that it's not raining right now. It's kind of weird. Like there's no rain in the forecast for over a week. So that's kind of twofold for us, because we need to work in the cabin, which is ideal for doing when it's raining. But when it's this nice outside and the grass is green, it's just like, man, I don't want to be in that cabin right now. So we've got a lot of projects we can do inside the cabin and outside, as well as, you guys know we have another cabin coming. So we're gonna have to finish that one out as well. But anyway, we've got a lot of things to do, but today we want to clean up. So that's what we're gonna do. Because I don't want to go in the cabin and pick stuff up. A little bit. Hey, don't throw us out here.
Listen, I'm in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I know. It's a scary place to be. It's a passenger seat.
No, you can't co-pilot.
I need a brake pedal over here.
No.
Where's Oreo?
She was over there.
It's better in here, isn't it?
No.
You think it's better outside?
The breeze was nice.
No, stand by one of the windows.
Did you buy more DeWalt tools?
Can't hear you.
Did you buy more DeWalt tools?
I still can't hear you. Like more as in like today or like this week?
You didn't buy any today. I snuck them when I wasn't here.
Well, we need them. Look, that saw right there. We need that saw. Hey, you want to see first grade Chad? It may not have been first grade.
Sorry. Oh, I haven't seen this. Where'd this come from?
I drew that my sophomore year.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You drew it?
Yeah, see, there's my little signature.
Yeah, I see
What's
that.
the date? 2000.
2000.
There's a lot of things you don't know about me.
I didn't know you drew.
Yeah. Well, I
I
don't.
mean, but that looks good.
Thanks. I mean, Mr. Fitzgibbon, the art teacher, did most of it.
Did you show him?
Did I show him? Not really.
Oh, your art teacher drew this?
No, I drew it. But you know how it looks that good though? You know what they do? They lay graph paper over it that's like 1 inch by 1 inch squares, and then you fill in each square.
Like your pictures underneath the graph paper, and you yeah, okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Makes sense.
I'm not really that good.
I gotta text this guy back real quick. Hang on.
Text the guy back. Oh, the guy that took Jelly Bean. Got it. Mr. Live Oak. So Jelly Bean, Bruce's daughter, went to live at Live Oak Farm, and you can see him on Facebook if you want to go follow. But remember, when you go over there, be polite and be courteous. And when you say things like, she's lonely,
She's not.
but she has steps made for puppies to get onto a couch where she can chill in the heat of the day with her new mom and dad, and you say, she looks lonely.
Actually, in the last
Are
video,
you?
in the last video he
It's a good
posted.
thing she interrupted.
Yeah, in the last video he posted, she was going up the steps and playing with their dogs that were laying on the couch. And they have other goats too. So in the video that I seen a comment about where she was lonely, she was playing outside in a pen by herself, but that doesn't mean she's by herself all the time. It was nice outside.
They just don't want her
out.
peeing and pooping on the furniture, so they took her outside.
Yeah, she's not lonely.
Some of y'all. Whew.
Jelly Bean is loved, and so is, I don't know, most people probably didn't see my comment on Facebook, but the other goat went to a really good friend of mine from work. There's not a page you can follow, but her name is Pecas, which is Spanish for freckles.
Pecas?
Pecas. I'm probably not even saying that right.
Are they Spanish?
No. No, but it's Spanish for freckles, and she's best friends with a lamb named Ellie. And
Is Ellie Spanish?
No.
Oh.
And their dog named Rosie. And
Rosie's not Spanish.
No. And her dog is really mothering her, actually.
Yeah.
Like, took some pretty good interest in her, so it's good. They're all loved.
They're all healthy and happy. All right, we had a work day. And by work day, I mean we burned a bunch of stuff up front. Ray consolidated some stick piles. And one of them took off and ripped and roared. Yeah. And the other one didn't do anything. But there's not 10 piles now. There's one pile up front that we need to burn. So do feel good about that. And then I think on the way down here, you guys saw the alpaca structure. We took all the metal off of the sides, except for the back side, just because I don't know. I just figured I'd leave it up. But we're going to replace all that with, I think our boards, like our pickets. I think that'll look a lot better, a lot prettier. So, but the main reason for doing that is the cows were scratching on the metal siding and cutting the whatever out of themselves. Now they don't seem to be bothered by it because they're cows, and everybody here except for Patrick has had a tetanus shot. So not super worried about it, but there's no way that's comfortable. So we figured we'd give him some pine pre-treated pickets to scratch on here pretty quick, but.
I just realized we're inside and my glasses are still on.
What's that mean?
I can see better now.
Well, it's pretty bright in here. I mean, that's what we wanted. Bruce! Bruce! Woo! All right.
Not really in the sun.
Do you want to move now?
No. Did I get sun?
I think go home
You're wearing a hat.
Go home and oil my T-zone. How's it look? Let me see. Okay, sorry, I'm ready.
Okay. So question and answer time. The first one is June having our calf on Easter or Mother's Day?
Matt, I hope it's not Mother's Day. Easter would be great. That's tomorrow, of course. Happy Easter.
I'm gonna say no on the Easter. Do you have no goats on the farm?
We do. We bought 5 goats, and I don't know if they've told you yet or not, but there's a channel called K&S Get Out, and I believe they took one of the goats, so you have to stay tuned. Go over there and follow. It's right here. And then we kept 4. We've got Oreo, Dottie, is that what you're calling her? What are we calling Old Red? The mom?
I don't know.
Old Red.
Yeah.
And then there's Little Red, or Young Red. We got Big Red and Little Red for now. Help us name the other 2. We don't know what they are. They came from the auction. They could be part dog. We don't know.
Dottie's the black and white one that's in the picture where you guys posted all these questions.
And she's clearly not the child, the offspring to that goat.
No, but Mama is a very good mama and adopted her, thankfully.
Yeah. They're weaned. Like they're eating sweet feed, they're eating goat feed, they're eating grass. Mm-hmm. So, no worries.
They're just super cute. Chad wanted to name her Spot, so.
So we settled and compromised with Dottie. Next. Would you be interested in raising sheep? Not at this time, but our neighbor who you guys have met, you've met Cagney, her dog, they raise sheep, and we are welcome to them anytime we want, and they're hair sheep, so you don't have to shear them either. Welcome back.
Fail, sorry.
Are you going to hatch out and raise any of Cowboy or Ninja's offspring? Probably not. My mom and dad hatched some, and I don't know if dad will keep, 5 chickens or 15 chickens, but we'll probably wind up with some, so not super worried about it. Once you're living there, are you planning on doing a garden? Yeah, big green thumb here, big garden guy. Yep, Ray too. She's all about the garden life.
I can imagine that living out here is going to be easier, so
Right.
stay tuned. I'll see what we can do.
Absolutely. Right now, guys, not living out here, garden's just not a priority, and when we get out here,
and that's why the greenhouse is empty.
It's going to be too late to start something, in my opinion. So a garden's coming, but hang on. Will you be having goat babies with the new recent additions on the farm? If so, why didn't you keep at least one of Bruce's offspring? Well, we didn't want to make it weird and let Bruce court his daughters. That's why we didn't keep them, okay? I know some people do that. I prefer to at least be like 1 generation removed. So that's why we didn't do that. I just think it's weird. I'm sorry. And if I mentioned getting rid of Bruce, most of you guys would unfollow and unsubscribe.
Kyle and Shannon wanted the boy, and keeping the girls, like you said, Bruce would have bred them. And we're trying to move out here as fast as possible, and we don't have time for bottle babies right now,
So we made sure the new additions we got were not bottle babies, okay? They do absolutely, if you've never been to an auction, they do bottle babies first. These were not bottle babies. They're fully weaned. That's why, they're still babies. But I do think one of them, I think the little red one has part of her umbilical cord. She's not very old.
Yeah, I don't see it, but you do, so I don't know. But Mom's also with them and taking care of them, so yeah. The reason why we couldn't keep Bruce's babies is because Mom just straight took off, so that wasn't going to be an option. I
want to hear more about your new living quarters. It's exciting. We are excited. If you didn't know, we're sitting inside a 16 by 44 cabin. We have a 16 by 50 coming, and it should be here in a couple weeks. We've kind of decided how we're going to connect them, but yet not connect them. So some of you guys are going to have to stay tuned for that.
I don't want to go into too much detail. We kind of do want to surprise you guys and show you when it gets here. I've started running some electric, as you guys know. We can do insulation in here, but with the power box being literally right there, and our cabin is going to add about 50 feet in length to this house, if you will. You know, I want to make sure we can handle the wire. We can handle the wiring. I'm going to put a sub panel in the other one, but trying to insulate and do all this without the second cabin here can be kind of tricky because you don't want to put panels up and insulation and all that stuff. So anyway, it's all going to happen. It's going to be awesome. I'm just ready to wake up out here.
It'll be a slow process. We plan on living out here in these pretty much partially unfinished, might even be more than partially unfinished, but we got to do what we got to do, so.
Well, what we want to do is get Case's room to where he can live in it. And we want to get the main cabin to basically where we can live in it. And then Carter and Adler will be in the main cabin with us for a little bit. Will they have a room? Absolutely not yet. Their room will be in the cabin with Case eventually. But every night, whether it's summer or not, Carter asked to sleep in the front room in the house we currently live in. He and Adler want to sleep in their forts.
Yeah, they want to sleep in their forts.
24/7.
So it's going to be a big old fort party for quite a while while we try to finish this out and figure it out. So it'll be fun and an adventure, and don't judge the mess.
Well, like if Case gets up and he needs to go to the restroom or there's a bathroom, whatever, Case can wear flip-flops and walk around on a subfloor for a little bit. I don't mean in this bedroom, we'll finish out his room, but like trying to budget and go as we do, but also not put down flooring we're not quite sure of just because we don't want to hurry. Does that make sense?
Get the ditch done outside your property.
Oh, Deborah Lee, we did not get the ditch done yet. We did not do the ditch yet. We've done parts of it. And then I went out to brush hog some stuff and broke a couple of shear bolts on the brush hog. So got to fix those, which shear bolts, if you didn't know, they're designed to snap when you hit a tree stump. I hit a tree stump, got to replace a bolt. I already have it. But again, the cabins and some of the animals take precedent. I'm also kind of concerned. Ray and I were talking on the way home from, well, even though we had a work day, here's what we really did. And yeah, I just told on us. But we were talking on the way here too, and like normally it's raining a lot right now. And it's very almost worrisome because they've been saying it's going to be really, really hot and really, really dry this summer.
My face is red from us working out here because it's 75 degrees, which is super nice, but it's kind of hot.
It's already really warm. And when you think about it like this, like when did I tell them about June 11th?
Yeah.
I think I did this morning, but the date June 11th in Northeast Oklahoma, everybody understands last summer, that was like the last day it rained, June 11th. Guys, it's April 8th. So less than 60 days from right now, last summer, it stopped raining like until October. We were talking about getting some IBC totes. Instead of pumping all that water out of the pond, we talked about filling the IBC totes. Now we do have rural water here, and last year they never gave us any kind of like drought conditions where you can only shower once a day or can't water your yard, things like that. They never did that to us. We also live in a county where there's a lot of agriculture, and they know that if they put us under drought restrictions, we only have 20 acres, but there's people out here with hundreds, if not thousands of acres and hundreds, if not thousands of animals, and they can't just shut us off. But we were trying to like, hey, we got this pond, we need to drain it. Let's be proactive and store some of the water. I keep waiting on Bruce to like just walk in and like pop his head in and be like, nah, nah, nah.
My ideal plan is to get some sprinklers and try to water our lawn and stuff, because like he was saying, it's kind of scary. We've heard that they're predicting that it's going to be a really dry, hot summer again, and it's the beginning of April, and for the next 10 days in the forecast, there's 0 rain, and it's supposed to be in the high 70s, almost 80s.
So this came from the ditch question.
So that's interesting.
It came from the ditch question, but like everything right now, we're trying to make sure that we have water for everybody and water to keep our grass growing. So I say that because if I fix the ditch, even though we really need to fix the ditch, then we don't get as much water when it rains.
Why don't you tag and/or brand your cattle?
So everybody out here has a tag, except for
Tipsy?
Patrick. Oh, Tipsy's got one.
I thought you said hers was missing.
No,
Oh, no.
she's been tagged like 4 times.
Yeah.
She's got 3 holes in her right ear and 1 in her left ear, which is pretty typical. It's like piercing your ear. It's no harm or whatever. Our friends at Lone Rock Ranch, they tagged all of them for us. They branded all of them. It's got their brand on it, of course, but we don't mind. We're not super worried about that. Ours are registered. They're registered to us. They're registered with our brand. We have certificates with their pictures on them and everything. Just not super worried about it. A lot of the reasons you brand or tag cattle is because if they run off, you can tell your cows from other cows. But I can tell you right now, it's hard to miss Tipsy. And it's hard to miss June. I don't know anybody else that has Highlands near us.
Or Longhorns.
Or Longhorns. And, you know, if you want the real reason, I film for a living. I've got documentation that these animals belong to us. So if they disappear, I will call all 85,000 of you on YouTube and 80-some thousand of you on Facebook. And if somebody would be like, no, that's my Finn, I've had him for, I'll turn you guys loose on him.
Peg Wallace is having beaver issues. Did we get rid of ours and how? No, because he's back.
He's possibly back. There's definitely a beaver. I don't know if it's Wally or not, but he dammed it up out there. You know, here in our county, we have the green light to shoot beavers on site, as long as you call the game warden. And we have permission to shoot coyotes as well. Now, the reason they have the beaver thing is because we live near the Neosho River and it floods often. And per the game warden actually told me they don't need any help retaining water around here, because even though we just said it's going to be a hot, dry summer, when it rains, it really backs things up around here because everything trickles downhill. All the way up in Nebraska, they have levees that affect this river system we live near. So it can get pretty sideways. And honestly,
our area floods pretty bad.
It does. And what you have to consider too is when it doesn't rain for a long time and then it pours, sometimes the ground is so dry the water can't get into it quick enough and you wind up with flood conditions. Or if the ground is saturated and can't handle any more water, you wind up with flood conditions.
Last one is now you're getting a second cabin. Cabin, will it be your permanent dwelling, or would you still like to build a house someday?
I think a little bit of both. You know, we're gonna have a pretty nice master's quarters, like to the tune of a 16 by 14, 8 by 10 closet, 8 by 11 bathroom. I mean, those are some big master's accommodations. Those are very, very nice rooms. The only thing I've considered, which we've mentioned, is building some kind of formal great room where they join someday. Something that it's like an A-frame or like big tall walls that looks out towards the nice view out the back.
Yeah.
So, but we do have double French doors coming off the back. So
we might build on to the cabins and what we have, but
trying to stick a full house out here, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think that we're gonna plan on building anything different. I think
that sounded convincing. We just don't know. Well, and it's a hard question to answer. I mean, we truly did. We talked with 2 local banks. We started doing our cost estimate sheet. We started looking at things. We started getting bids. Life threw us a curveball. We needed to move out here a little bit quicker. But man, chasing contractors and stuff just got to be a pain in the neck. And the red tape the banks want you to jump through nowadays. And I understand red tape when it controls the bank not losing money. And I understand red tape when the bank is just trying to hold contractors accountable, because that's a big issue too, getting paid for jobs you didn't do yet, right? But there's so much red tape. Now, if you get in with like a builder who's building houses all over your neighborhood, that's a little bit different. You go in, you get approved, you're good to go. But building a custom home on 20 acres, it's just, there's so much that goes into it. So anyway, real time, and I always let you answer it because I don't truly know or get to decide the final answer.
Yes, you do. You're the one that brings all the animals.
Is there any other different kind of animals you would like to add to your farm besides what you already have?
What do you want? Tell the people. Tell them.
I really want a camel.
We talked about it this morning.
I've always wanted one. I've always wanted bison, but I'm respectful to what bison need. And I can always call Dusty. We can go down there and see his anytime we want. There's also some probably not 2 or 3 miles from the house, from where we're at right now.
I would think camels need a lot too, though.
Only 2 acres.
Yeah, but they need water. Wait, you say they can drink like 20 gallons of water?
Yeah, but then they can live on that for like 2 weeks. Whereas a cow drinks 8 a day. That's more than a camel. And you know they don't actually store water in their humps. That's not what that's for.
What's it for?
I have no idea, but it's not for water. I think it's for body temperature regulation. Oh, this is definitely for you. At some point, will you be getting another male alpaca?
Hopefully. I mean, I love my 4 alpacas. They're not going anywhere.
2 of them aren't for sure because they're older and we don't want them going to a place that doesn't respect that they don't need to be bred. So, in my opinion, if we did get another male, I would only put her with Rosie and Mama. But Rosie needs to be, what is it, 1.5 years before she's bred? And she turns a year, May 25th. Mm-hmm. So we would want to wait until November to even get a male to be with Mama and Rosie. You ever thought about any other birds like peacocks or ducks? I've had ducks, not a fan. We currently have...
You had ducks again.
I know, but then somebody said they'll foul up your pond and they're greasy and nasty.
Well, they do, and you know that.
The sun's moving on us.
Yeah. There you
go. When you be living there full time? We got to be out of our current place by May 31st. So no later than May.
We're planning on like the week before to have our house in town completely empty.
Which would be like May 22nd-ish.
Yeah, I've got somebody coming to clean everything May 22nd, which is a Monday. So we've got to have everything out, and that means we'll have to sleep here. So we're going to be ready one way or another.
Have you had the vet out to check June and see about her baby? So June was actually preg checked back in February, and they told us mid to late March, and we're a week into April. So now that is from our friend Dr. Huff, who openly said, I have very little experience with Highlands, but at that time he said the calf was not in the birth canal. So he gave her a month to a month and a half, which would be gracefully still another week or 2. And I will say that her bag is much, much bigger, but it's not only bigger, her belly, like the calf has moved. I think the calf's in the birth canal, so we can see her bag more, if that makes sense. Are you keeping Patrick, making him a steer? We're not keeping Patrick. We're not sure if he's gonna be a bull or a steer. Aaron and Kylie at Lone Rock, where Tipsy came from, said go ahead and band him, sell him as a steer. So that'll probably be what we do. And lastly and finally, what happened to Bigfoot? Bigfoot was attached to the side of this cabin, and it got really windy, or somebody needed a scratching post, and they rolled him right off the side. I'm talking like a 3-inch lag screw right off the side of the cabin. Tipsy? No, that's CJ. They know we're in here and they want food. I'm good.
We're tired.
Yeah.
I mean, you look really tired.
I appreciate it.
Well, you're still sick. I'm feeling a lot better, so.
For sure. Yep. But again, I don't know anybody that can count all their blessings. And heading into Easter tomorrow, I am grateful that our problems are, why don't all our cows have tags? Why did we not keep Bruce's offspring? Beavers, coyotes, and I'm just very grateful that those are our problems, if you will. So, are you? You are?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Did you know I can read and write in Greek-ish?
Where did that come from?
Well, and I can say John 3:16 in Greek.
Oh, gotcha.
Did you know that?
Uh-uh.
Oh. Should I say it?
Yeah.
Are you ready? It's going to sound really weird. Does anybody speak Greek?
I went. Oh. Do it.
Hautos gar agape son. hate as tankasman, hote tamuyan tamanogane, edikin, hinapas apistuon, esatan meapolitai oehe sawain ionion. John 3:16. I know, right?
Wow.
Did I not just get that much more attractive?
How did you know all that?
We had to learn it in high school. I had to read and write it. All it really helped me with, though, was when I went to U of A, I knew what frat house I was in front of. That's all I ever used it for.
That's so cool.
But no, I used to be able to read and write it and all that good stuff. So I still can. That was my first tattoos, with some Greek and Hebrew on my arm.
Well, did they know you graduated from a Christian school?
I don't know. But yeah, I graduated from, actually, I mean, you guys can look it up. It's College Heights. Nice little private Christian school in Southwest Missouri, in Joplin. So anyway, yeah, that is the scripture for Easter. That is the scripture I hold very near and dear. So with that said, guys, we're tired. We're going to keep moving. I don't know. A lot of stuff on our plate, but we don't have time to go live, but we figured we would do this, and it kind of gives you guys a chance to ask questions without having to be in the mess of a live with all the stuff flowing. So yeah, I think that's it. We're going to, I don't know, we're going to work a little bit, or are you just going to go hold goat babies?
They won't let me.
But with that said, speaking of, everybody's out there. I think they know we're in here. They've surrounded the building.
They're right out the window.
So, all right. We're going to get off here, guys. Stay tuned, though. Lots coming. We got septic happening. That was put on hold this week by one of the septic guys. Another guy didn't even call me back. But a lot happening, guys, so stay tuned.
We're on the mend. We're feeling better. Hopefully we can go 0 to 100 now until whatever we need. But
yep. We'll be all right. We're okay. We're not as tired or down as we look. We're worse. I'm just kidding. We're okay. I promise. We're fine. Okay. We went and sat in a very nice air-conditioned restaurant today and just enjoyed each other's company.
It's beautiful outside.
Good service, good food. The weather is amazing.
We have cleaned up a lot too. We spent all morning cleaning up. After we came back and ate, we did a little bit more, and then we came in here to sit down and answer your guys' questions.
Yep.
So it's been a long day, but a good day.
And getting things cleaned up too is key. We want to make sure that wherever we put animals, they can't get hurt. So we've gotten rid of all the loose metal. I think there's only a couple pieces of metal in the big burn piles and stuff, but they don't get in. Well, the donkeys get in those.
They're rolling in ashes.
The donkeys rolling. I know, it's good natural bug repellent, but then they come up and want to be loved on, and it's like you're hugging a chimney.
It's pretty bad.
It's horrible. But anyway.
We have a lot to do, so stay tuned, be patient, don't mind the mess.
Don't mind the mess, we're still blessed.
There you go.
Is that a t-shirt? I think maybe that was hanging in our house when I was growing up. My mom had all those knickknacks and country things. I had one that said above the stool in the guest bathroom, it said, if you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seedy. We need one of those.
We need 5 of those with 4 boys.
5 with 4 boys. How many bathrooms we got?
I just need it everywhere.
Anybody sprinkling in the front room?
You wheeze when you laugh.
I do.
Did you hear that?
I know. Well, thanks. I know.
I'm clearly feeling much better. I get it first and I give it to everybody else.
It's not the C word. It's just allergies. Anyway. All right. Y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird. God bless. Happy Easter, guys. Deuces.